Okay, Matt, we got the memo about the Kindness Rising promo, but what exactly are we promising people?
And is there craft services? Hey, I need snacks too.
Gentlemen, focus. Kindness Rising multiplies kindness and helps people get up on the right side of the bed.
So wait, we're not doing another angry headline show.
Exactly. We rise above the negative, divisive noise.
Translation, less rage bait, more high fives for humanity.
And this is live, like actually live.
Yep. We go live on YouTube and LinkedIn, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday.
Wait, if it's live, what if I forget my lines?
Then you improvise.
Okay, so our tagline is basically wake up, tune in, and start your day with kindness.
Exactly. Kindness Rising. Good vibes, practical tips, and a reason to get up on the right side of the bed.
You heard the boss. Subscribe now before he makes us do a TikTok dance.
Kindness Rising. Wake up, tune in, and let's make some good noise. What happens when your truth comes out a little too loud? Today we're talking about honesty, the kind that connects, not corrects, because real isn't reckless, it's relational.
This is Kindness Rising.
Have you ever blurted out something honest and instantly wished for the undo button? Honesty is powerful, but without self-awareness, it's basically emotional dodgeball. Here's the truth about the truth. It isn't about blurting out what's real. It's about delivering it with care. That's what we're unpacking today. How to be authentic without becoming accidental arsonists of other people's feelings. Welcome to Kindness Rising. I'm Matthew Rouff, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I come here every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. to help you get up with a little hope, humanity, humor, and heart. Welcome in. Be driven, Bernard. I appreciate you and Lady Drew both out there in the comments. Keep it up. Get involved in the community. If you're out there listening and haven't chimed in, tell us where you're from, what you're up to. What are you doing today to live a life of kindness, of balance, of curiosity, all the good things that add to our lives. Get involved in the community, subscribe to the channel, and let's get up and get after it every day.
What are you doing, man?
I just texted Matt that his new intro music sounds like a dental office remix. Radical honesty isn't the same as unsolicited roasting.
Even Reggie values transparency.
He values tuna. You're on your own.
And I hope you enjoyed your little moment of peace. I thought it would be nice if we all just had a few seconds of quiet in the morning, a little bit of our flow, a little bit of energy, a little bit of quiet. It's okay. Cal and Stan are back, and they're trying to figure out how to be honest without being hurtful. Let's be honest about honesty. It scares us because we've seen it weaponized, but real honesty is an act of courage and of connection, not of control. A 2022 Harvard Business School study on radical candor that found that teams who practice truth with empathy build trust faster and recover from conflict sooner. It's because clarity is kindness, and silence breeds resentment. For Gen X folks like us, we grew up with a just say it ethic, but here's the evolution. Say it with care. You don't have to sand off the truth. You just need to wrap it in respect. Before you speak up, check on three things: your tone, your timing, and your target. Ask yourself, am I saying this to help or am I saying it to win? If it's to help, go for it. If it's to score points, well, just take a pause. The pause is kindness in motion, and it takes more courage than any outburst ever will. Thank you again for joining us here at Kindness Rising. I'm Matthew Rouff, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and I am here to help you get up on the right side of the bed every day, every weekday, 7:30 a.m. as the opener for the Mornings in the Lab Network. You can get on over to Keith and Friends, Keith John and Friends on the Mornings in the Lab program too. If you're watching on demand, don't forget to subscribe. Maybe wake up with us 7:30 a.m. We are here every day on weekday on Kindness Rising. I appreciate you. Good morning, Roseanne Rouff. Great message. Hi, everyone. Yes, and Francisco Franco. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Welcome into Kindness Rising. We're having a little fun today. We're talking about honesty. We're talking about the mirror of self-awareness, the other half of honesty. Good morning, Mike Sullivan. Welcome in. Welcome to be here. If you're out there in the chat, get involved in the chat. Meet each other. Say hello. We've got a great people out there spreading positivity to start their day. We were talking about self-awareness. That's right, self-awareness. Here's the other half. That's the other half of honesty, right? Self-awareness. If we're honest without a little bit of awareness, that can cause chaos. But awareness without honesty is avoidance. So you need both. You need that self-awareness in order to tone your message correctly. Make sure that you're being a little bit kind with your honesty, but you've got to be honest too. You've got to have that. So, neuroscience, a little bit of science behind it, of course. Tasha Eurich, her studies show that only about 10 to 15% of people are truly aware, truly self-aware. What that means is most of us think we're really good at like reading the room or understanding what's going on, but we're not. Self-awareness is your emotional mirror. If you, it lets you see the difference between your intent and your impact, really. Yeah, you can mean really well, but it can still land wrong, and that's where growth starts. Gen Xers, we were taught to just be ourselves, right? But kindness says be yourself responsibly. Authenticity isn't permission to dump, it's an invitation to connect. How are we connecting out there in the community this morning? I hope this topic is helpful for people thinking about the ways that we can live with honest compassion. Honesty, or excuse me, kindness doesn't have to be soft. It doesn't mean you don't have boundaries. It doesn't mean you can't deliver bad news sometimes. It also means that you are compassionately honest, right? Compassionately honest, telling people the truth with a little bit of compassion for their feelings and understanding their situation certainly makes bad news a little bit better. Giving people a moment to absorb bad news. We've talked about this before too. So there's techniques that we can use to improve our honesty and improve our communication and our compassion out there in the world. Always be respectful, honorable, honest, authentic, accountable, caring, including assisting. I like that very much, Lady Drew. Absolutely. I'm just checking on something real quick. When I lift my head up like that, that's when you know I'm kind of peeking up at the other monitor. Okay. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. It took me a second to remember what we were going to do. Reggie, our friend Reggie, is out there with Cal and Stan, of course, but maybe what you didn't know is he also is quite mindful and a bit of a guru. As a matter of fact, he has an unofficial title of Sensei Whiskers, and we're going to hear from him now.
Teach me, Sensei. Right. Less scrolling. More purring. Stay uncommon. Stay kind.
Still haven't figured out how to stream a vertical video on the horizontal or play a vertical video on a streaming horizontal without half my body showing. But I hope you got the message. Sensei Whiskers is out there. He's going to be joining us on the regular here on Kindness Rising with his little interjections of lessons. It's amazing how our four-legged friends can sometimes teach us things. And this one, we're literally talking about Sensei Whiskers, our helpful feline guru. Okay. So we always on Kindness Rising talk about organizations that are out there doing good work for good people, because that is our mission, to multiply kindness and amplify voices of good people doing good work, right? So that's what we do. And today we're going to get local again. Every once in a while, I like to get local. I know there are a lot of folks out there from the southern tier, from upstate New York, and particularly from Binghamton, New York, where I am streaming from, who pay attention to the show. And I want to honor the great work that is going on in our community. So today I'm going to shine the spotlight on something called the Honest Talk Project. It's a grassroots initiative right here in Broome County, upstate New York, helping neighbors and coworkers practice compassionate truth telling. It's organized by what's called BC Safe. They are the Broome County Suicide Awareness for Everyone Coalition. It's an annual campaign, and it encourages people to open up their conversations about mental health and suicide prevention. What the campaign does is they use creative chalk art to spread messages of hope and resilience throughout the community. And by creating public art, the project aims to reduce stigma associated with mental health issues and encourage people to talk openly. The overarching goal, of course, is to reduce suicide and suicide attempts in Broome County. It's National Suicide Prevention Month. If people didn't know that, I know that because my sister up there in Rochester, New York, who is a clinical psychologist, is up there having her own campaign on this. It's a cause, couldn't think of the word, the cause, but that's very important to my sister, and she has been for years giving to the Suicide Prevention and Awareness Coalition. She does walks, she does merchandise, she does all kinds of things related to suicide awareness and prevention. She's been doing it for years, and she's been showing up consistently around this topic because that's part of her brand. That's an example of her brand. Absolutely. She is a kind and caring clinical psychologist in Rochester, New York, who also loves cats. She's some of the inspiration for all the feline vibe here at Kindness Rising. We are a cat crew, our entire family, my sister especially. Maybe I'll talk a little bit more about her cat loving experiences. But for today, we are talking about suicide awareness, prevention, and the BC Safe Coalition, which is doing really cool stuff. They host conversations in libraries, spaces where people can talk about their real conflicts in a safe way. They have trained facilitators who guide people through empathy exercises, listening techniques, and what they call their grace pause. It's a 5-second breath between reaction and response. We always want to make sure that we're out there responding, not reacting. And that's what BC Safe talks about. Their impact is quiet, but it's powerful. And as one participant said, I came here to defend my opinion, and I left hearing someone else's heart. That's a pretty cool mission. Check it out. The Honest Talk Project.
If we're being honest, that shirt's doing you no favors under these lights.
Cool. Love when my friends give wardrobe feedback midstream.
Just keeping it real, man. Reggie says keep it less real.
There's your 5-second pause, your moment of peace. Welcome to Kindness Rising. I'm Matthew Rouff, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and I come here consistently 7:30 a.m. every weekday mornings to wake you up with a little hope, humanity, and heart. Absolutely. And we also talk a little bit about branding because it is what we do. We are running a business here. We are Mornings in the Lab Network. I am Matthew Rouff, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I can help you with personal branding from strategy to execution. We can do it all for you. But what I really want to do is teach you about branding, help you to set up your own brand, because you have a brand, whether you hire me to help you or not. Your brand is out there in the world. It exists. It's the way people see you. It's the way that you portray yourself to the world. And we do it along a 5-ingredient recipe. That's experience, expertise, authenticity, trust, and entertainment. And in branding, just like relationships, honesty builds trust, but self-awareness sustains it. So let's talk about that EAT principle and the way that honesty fits into the picture for branding. All right. Your experience, you want to show that you have been there. People connect to the journey, the full journey, not just the highlight reel. Highlight reel helps, but people want to connect to your honest, full, real journey. That's why I'm showing up here every day. This is my journey. You're watching it unfold before your very eyes and ears. Expertise, you earn your voice through service, not through status. You want to make sure that you are out there showing people, again, your expertise and how you've earned your way to where you are because you have earned it. Authenticity, let your voice be imperfect and human. That's part of honesty. Consistency matters more than polish. Showing up every day. You'll get tired of hearing it. Show up, show up, show up. Where it starts, got to show up. Not someday, not one day, today, right now. Let's talk about trust. Tell the truth even if it costs you likes. That's a tough one. That's a tough one when you're trying to build something, right? And I try to be careful about what I say and what my truth is. And because I want to be sensitive to everyone who is out there. But I also tell the truth. And I know there are people who don't like the truth that I have to tell and talk about, but that's okay too. That's why they make other channels. I'm just so happy when people choose to come here and spend their time with us, rising with a little hope, humanity, and heart. All right. Thank you for staying so active over there in the community. Be Driven, Lady Drew, Roseanne Roof, the community spotlight. Mom, you're into the community spotlight. Yeah. I think it's important. You know that I do. You know that I think it's important to get the word out about organizations, all the cool stuff that's going on out there. And if this show leads one person to do something a little bit differently, a little bit more positively on any given day or every day would be wonderful, then I feel like I'm doing good. So I appreciate that. Be Driven found raw honey to be the best thing for wounds of most kinds. Actually, I think there's some pretty good science around that related to wounds. Um, we can talk about that, absolutely. Um, yeah, I don't know if you know this. It's just interesting that I have a career history in wound care, believe it or not. I used to run a wound care center here in upstate New York, and I actually represented and sold, uh, actually built marketing programs for uh, Smith and Nephew Advanced Wound Care. So it's been a while since I was in that world, but I believe honey is legit in terms of science and experience in terms of people with wounds. I would check it out and make sure you're doing it right. I used honey to regrow half my nose. Wow. Bernard, that's a story I got to know more about. I'm glad you're okay. But wow, to regrow half your nose. Wow. Okay. When we love people to hear people's stories and experiences. Absolutely. And B, you like the bandanas and the hats? Thanks. I appreciate it. I know I've been promising a merch store and I just haven't gotten to it yet, but I will get there. I would love it if we're able to support each other. Oh, it was a dog situation, Bernard. Oh, okay. Cool. That's crazy. Yeah. Just going back to my own dog experiences in my head for a second there. Wow. All right. So we were talking about branding. We're having a little bit of fun. Let's see. Oh, I think Sensei Whiskers has something for us.
Say Whiskers, how do I stay kind when people scratch?
Kindness is choosing not to hiss. A true warrior saves his hiss for the vacuum.
Lesson learned.
All right. He's really helping me out. I enjoy my lessons with Sensei Whiskers. Very, very wise cat. Oh, so silly. Okay. We do like to be a little silly. I love the cats. It's actually fun. It's just a lot of fun making those videos. I've talked about it before. This Sora, they get their logo on our videos. You'll see the Sora there. That's what we use to create. That's what I'm using to create those videos, characters, and it is a lot of fun to do that. It's addictive. I admit it. It's addictive for sure. So anyway, we always want to give you something to take away with you here on Kindness Rising, along with our spotlights and our little interjections and my advice, perhaps, or my wisdom, my experience, and my expertise. I also want to give you something to take away with you every day, and this is five ways to speak the truth with care. The first is start with curiosity. Ask 2 questions before you make one statement. Curiosity creates a place of safety for conversations. Second one, name your intent. I'm sharing this because I care. Just letting people know right off the bat, this is a point of caring. It sets the tone and immediately reduces defensiveness in people. Watch your volume and your velocity. That's our third tip for the day. Truth hits harder, actually, when it's whispered with respect. People are more open to listening when you have a calm, quiet conversation that leans into empathy. You know that. I'm just reminding you. Check your ego. That is our fourth tip for honest conversations with care. If you're trying to win, you'll lose. That's it. You'll lose the relationship, you'll lose something. But if you're trying to be open and really listen and come to decisions together, that's when everybody wins. And your last is end with empathy. You can even ask someone, how did that land? Was that okay? Did you get it? Listening for that answer of how people are taking your question. Honesty should feel light, not like heat. And when you get that balance right, every conversation becomes an opportunity to grow. And that's your kindness takeaway for today. All right. And your kindness call. So I gave you your takeaways. Now I'm going to give you a call. This is your call to action. Have one conversation you've been avoiding. Lead with curiosity instead of conviction. Say what you mean, but wrap it in care. Your voice can build bridges if your heart stays open while you speak. All right, let's see if Cal or Stan have learned anything today.
Guess I learned honesty's not about blurting, it's about timing. Yeah.
Truth without care is just noise.
Even Reggie prefers gentle feedback.
Smart cat.
Welcome back to Kindness Rising. As we wrap up today's show, we've been talking about honesty and self-awareness, one of our 6 strings here at Kindness Rising. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat during that last Cal and Stan bit. I don't know what happened there. But as you know, we are part of the Mornings in the Lab network, and right from here shortly, you'll get over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friend, where they are getting a little practical with some things today, helping you to figure out what to do before you buy a website domain. You want to treat it like a relationship decision, because a good domain is more than a name. It's your promise. So check that out. I'm sure that Keith and John will have advice. They both have deep marketing experience and deep expertise in this area. So I'm sure that will be an interesting, practical lesson for today. Real world strategy and a field tested lesson for builders and operators who want to start smart and stay true. Thank you again for joining me here on Kindness Rising. Authenticity without awareness is chaos. Awareness without honesty is silence. When they work together, you get trust, growth, and kindness that sticks. Be real, be aware, and as always, stay uncommon and stay kind. What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get after it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.